Hey guys, I am back today with a bunch of new stamping polishes from UberChic Beauty. Again, in these gorgeous, fun hollow boxes. I opened them so I wouldn't have a problem opening them up on camera. So these are 5 new shades here that she just released. So let's take a look at the colors, and then of course I will swatch them for you. Alright, so this is Just Lucky. And this is a gorgeous like Kelly green, perfect in time for St. Patrick's Day. And the number here is 004. I haven't tested these out yet. Based on the white and the black, I like them. But I'm just going to say right now, I'm a little bit sad that they don't have the actual color listed on here. So I hope she does that in the future, because I will never remember what the color is just based on the number. So I'm going to have to make myself a little cheat sheet. Alright, so Just Lucky. This is a gorgeous green, and I do not have a stamping green like that, so I'm super happy about that. Alright, let's take a look at Once Upon a Time. And this is number 7, and this is a gorgeous purple, very strong kind of grapey purple. All right, then we have She Wolf, and this is a very cool gray, and this is another that I don't really have a stamping polish in a kind of a dark gray like this. I have one that's similar, but this is a gorgeous dark that I think this is going to look really beautiful with spring pastels, especially when you don't want to go black because you feel like that contrast is a little bit too dark. If you can hear that, that's my kitty climbing up on my chair. If you don't want a contrast that's dark, you want something a little softer with pastels, I think this one's going to be gorgeous, and that's 005, She Wolf. Let me stick that back in there. Then we have Moonlit Stroll, and this is kind of a lilac, very soft, very pretty. Another thing that's going to go great for spring stamping. Although you know me, I don't like to necessarily limit myself on times of year. And then last but not least, we have Mint to Be in a Fairy Tale, and this is a gorgeous soft mint. So one of the things right away I want to look at is how these two would go well together. So I could see like interesting stamping gradients with these, where you put the color onto the image and then you scrape it a couple times to blend it and get a gradient. That could be very, very cool. And then the same exact thing with, I think, the 2 purples in here. So the Once Upon a Time and the Moonlit Stroll. I think you could do something very, very cool with that too. So I do like that among these 5, I've got a couple of cool possibilities that I could play with. And of course, you can use grays to sort of darken out anything or smoke out anything. So I think you could also make a pretty interesting gradient like with this. So stamping these 2 over white would be kind of interesting, or maybe, maybe over a silver could be really pretty. Anyway, so play around. I think even within this set of colors, you've got some interesting possibilities for playing around. All right, let's see how they look over white and black. All right, let's take a look. So this is Mint to Be in a Fairy Tale. There's that color there. And there is what it looks like. So you can see shows up beautifully over the black and the white, no smudging, which is great news. Alright, next let's take a look at Just Lucky, and here it is there. And this shows up, I promise you, this shows up beautifully over the black. It is a dark green, but it shows up 100%. And of course, gorgeous over that white. Alright, and let's take a look at that Once Upon a Time, that gorgeous fuchsia. And again, this does show up over black. I don't know why my camera wants to play these games. There we go. So it does show up over the black. So there you can see that. And my cat is walking by, so pay no attention if you can see her. Alright, next we have Moonlit Stroll, and again you can see gorgeous over the white and the black. Sorry, I got a little bit of a mess up there. Beautiful and no smudging. And then last but not least, we're going to take a look at She Wolf, which I did not expect to show up very well over the black, but it actually does. Look at that, you can see it over the black very clearly. absolutely gorgeous. I love this. This makes me so happy. So you can get some really cool tone, almost tone on tone effects with that black and that gray like that. So pretty. All right, so as you can see, all of these show up really well over the white and the green and the black, even though they don't necessarily, it's hard to see for some reason camera, but they do show up really well. I had a viewer on my other one where I reviewed the white and the black polishes from UberChic Beauty, I had a viewer mention that she found them to be really, really thick, almost unwieldily thick. Unwieldily, that's not a word, but you know what I'm saying. And these are thick. These are definitely designed to work with clear stampers and to pick up the fine lines. And so this is a thick formulation. If you have a problem, my suggestion is to use a nail polish thinner. So I use Sesh Restore. Don't just use acetone, that's not the same thing, but if you have a thinner, go ahead and try a few drops in that until you get the consistency that you like, and I think that you won't have too much of a problem. I personally think it's better to have a stamping polish that is too thick than too thin, because you can thin it down, but it's harder to get a polish to thicken up and be able to show over the way you want it to. So yeah, try that trick if these are a little bit thicker than you like working with, but as you can see, I found that they worked pretty darn well. All right, I will link everything down below, and thank you for watching.